All right, welcome back to our CSM 17 candidate interviews. We're in the home stretch. Uh, yeah, I can't believe it's almost over, but it's not quite over. We've got an hour left. I am CCP Swift here, but joined with CCP Zealous, and we've got CSM candidate. Who is this? Let me see. Phantomite. Oh, that's a name I've never heard of. Just kidding, Phantomite. You are on CSM 15. How you doing?
I'm good, thank you. I'm good. I'm enjoying a super long weekend here in Britain. 2 extra days because of the Queen.
Happy Jubilee.
Mm,
Or as was written on a commemorative mug by mistake a few months ago, they wrote "Jubbly" on the mugs when they sold them. I would buy one of those with the misspelling.
lovely jubbly.
I mean, I don't know how anyone ever does any misspelling. It's like, come on, guys. That was a joke, guys. We misspelled everything. It's fine. But anyways, Phantomite, I know who you are. Zealous knows who you are. Other people out in the audience, they probably know who you are. But just in case they don't, who are you? What is that you do? Who is Phantomite? And what do you bring to the CSM?
Well, I am Phantomite, and I love to PvP more than I love to do anything else. Um, PvP is my entire life in EVE Online. It's when I first started playing in 2007, I was drawn to EVE because it was a universe brought alive entirely by the player actions. And so I joined up and I knew that what I was going to do, I was going to be the biggest hauling tycoon that this game has ever seen. And then 2 days later, I joined up with some people who also played on a forum I was part of, the PC Gamer Forum. And 2 days later, I knew that I was going to PvP for the rest of my EVE Online life. So threw away those hauling dreams. Over the years, I've played a bunch of sizes, a huge number of sizes, all of the different sizes in this game. I love particularly medium scale, small gang, and solo PvP as my favorite types of PvP to do across lots of areas of space.
Sweet. Okay. So, I mean, obviously, you've got a degree of experience of previously being part of CSM and the little history you've just given us there. Why CSM 17? Why now? Why do you want to join the CSM?
Well, I've got a number of things that I want to accomplish. And the biggest one is that I want to help guide this reworking of faction warfare. I am going to do something impossible. I'm going to break up the Giga blocks in EVE Online. There's nothing like shooting high. I'm going to be breaking up the Giga blocks in the game because there's a way to do it. It's by destabilizing so that they finally become not permanent, and most importantly, by offering people income, progression, and combat content outside of needing to join a large group. And faction warfare is the golden opportunity for people to have things to do and money to earn outside of large groups. That is the biggest piece of the puzzle here, and I want to be here to help guide that.
All right. So you have some CSM experience. You have a lot of experience in the game, except for only 2 days worth of hauling experience, but that's fine. What would you say is like your biggest strengths as a CSM candidate?
My biggest strengths are going to be, I feel I've got a very good grasp of what it is like to be playing at all the different sizes. I have joined super large fleets. I've been on grids for 8 hours. I do plenty of solo, even to this day, while it's growing rarer. I'm yearning for a return of particularly small and mid-scale fleet combat. Um, that's one of the things I love the most. I've done it a lot, and this is one of my important strengths is that I have huge experience here, and I definitely feel that I know why these things were brilliant, and my belief that I know why these things have gone away or died off.
So, would you say these are things that distinguishes you from the other CSM candidates, or how else would you set yourself apart?
A lot of the candidates have a huge amount of experience, but I believe that what I bring to it is knowledge of more than just the surface as to what causes these things to not be in the game as much or not be in the game at all anymore. So I feel that my ability is to drill down deeper and address the harder problems rather than simple band-aids on these things.
All right. So a lot of the role of the CSM, as you know, is comes down to communication. How would you plan to communicate to the players at large should you be elected?
I it's difficult. I think I already have a really good um, amount of communication with the player base. I have a Discord with a few hundred people in it. We talk regularly. We talk every day. I answer direct messages. I encourage people to directly message me. I will talk with one person for 5 hours. I will talk with 100 people for 10 minutes. I do that, and I feel that that's why I've got this support, is because these people have communicated with me. I've been open to communication, and they like my ideas. They are able to talk to me, and I'm able to listen to them. And I think that this is pretty good. I think that there's a problem on the CSM in that because of the NDA, a lot of things are secret, so people don't get to see exactly what I talked about in a timely manner. Um, I think that there's also another problem, which is there's a bit of a dirty problem that people don't talk about, is that there is a huge amount of leaking on the CSM. I've had things I've said in meetings read back to me just a couple of hours after I've said them in a private meeting. I've had randoms read these things back to me. So I think that the solution here is to encourage, you guys to be able to be more open yourselves with the meetings that people on the CSM have had. So it's no longer a leak, so that it is a little bit more apparent that what people are talking about, what they are saying in meetings compared to what they're saying in public. I think that that's going to be a big good thing.
Yeah, one of the cool things for CSM 17 that we're going to be doing is quarterly releases of the meetings of that you guys have. Obviously, not full minutes,
Mhm.
but just some like redacted summaries. We did the same for CSM 16, except for we posted it just a couple weeks ago. But we're gonna committed to doing it a little bit more for CSM 17 because you're right, it is fun to know what you guys are working on.
Yeah, and people will be able to see directly what the CSM members' opinions are in the meeting, rather than what they say after the product is released.
Okay, well, I want to touch on a little bit of what you actually started saying a minute ago in terms of like, your communication, that you've got an established Discord with the players on there already. So, out of curiosity, if you were to kind of categorize, who would you say are the constituencies that you're planning on representing?
I represent people who want EVE Online to really double down and go back to being a game where there is plenty of combat everywhere. There's a big problem in that, big problem for me and for the health of the game overall, that thousands of people who would otherwise be sharing the same viewpoints and who would be um, voting for me to represent that, they don't have enough game to keep them playing. So over the years, they've quit. So I feel absolutely confident saying that I also represent a huge number of people who made things happen who are no longer here. I hope that I can make change so that those people will have something to come back to.
All right. So in your time on CSM 15, you worked with 9 other candidates, but there are 44 other CSM candidates running besides you, with a guaranteed of 7 new spots. Um, who are you looking forward to working with if you're given the opportunity?
There's a number that I'm looking forward to, in no particular order, and I stress that because I haven't come up with my ballot yet. But I would really look forward to working with Ithaca Hawk, with Mark Resurrectus, with Drake Idon. Stitch Caneland has some fascinating ship balance ideas. There's some others as well, but these are some examples of the people who will definitely be making my ballot in hopefully some good spots for them as well. Can't wait to work with them. Hope I get the chance.
Absolutely. Now, It's a question I've asked the people a couple times tonight. So, if you were to introduce yourself to someone who hadn't heard of you in 3 words, how would you describe Phantomite?
Combat for everyone.
I like it. Yeah.
All right, and so one of the things, like as you know, the CSM does kind of take a lot of attention. You are very active in the game, within the communities and such. Do you plan on changing up how you communicated with the player base from CSM 15 to how you do it now? Do you kind of like how you did it in CSM 15? You're just gonna keep it going. Any changes you want to make?
There is one thing that I'll tease in that I think that the available tools for communication, I think I'm using them very well as it is. I think that I'm communicating on Discord very availably, and more and more people are turning up to that as well. Um, I am hoping to produce a new form of communication coming soon, and we will see how that turns out.
All right. Well, I hope it's a smell-o-vision. Ever since the Jetsons, I've been always looking forward to it now.
Oh, I eat too much cheese. That would be terrible for some people.
Oh no, no. All right. Well, Phantomite, unfortunately, time's up. Not related to your cheese comment. That was fine before. But we only had 10 minutes with you. It's not enough. People want to hear more about you. Undoubtedly so. Are there any community podcasts that you've been on, interviews you've done, either past or upcoming, where people can hear more
Yeah,
from you?
sure. Well, I'm going to be on Declarations of War, which records tomorrow evening. Um, People can find links to my Discord, they can find information about me, and they can find a link to my Evo thread and my, as of today, newly released CSM trailer. You can find it all on phantomite.com.
All right, an easy website to remember, Phantomite. Thank you very much. Zealous and I are going to go to a quick break to get our next candidate ready to go, and we'll be back here faster than you can do stuff.